Hello and welcome. Today, we're not just talking about mindfulness, we're talking about becoming the architect of your own inner peace. We're going to walk through a really practical guide to finding that stillness inside you.
So let me ask you something. Does your mind ever feel like a web browser with, 100 tabs open all at once? Yeah? If you feel like your thoughts are just constantly running a marathon and you're not even in the race, then you are absolutely in the right place.
There's actually a name for this state. It's called the modern busy mind. It's that feeling of being pulled in a million different directions, right? Like your brain is just stuck in overdrive and can't find the off switch.
And the symptoms? Well, they're probably going to sound super familiar. You've got the constant dings and buzzes from your phone, that to-do list that just seems to get longer no matter what you do, spending all your time worrying about tomorrow, or even worse, replaying something that happened yesterday. It all just adds up to this nonstop mental chatter, doesn't it? But what if you could just turn down the volume on all that noise? Here's the really good news. You don't need some complex, long ritual. We're going to open up a simple toolkit full of really practical exercises that are designed to bring a little more clarity and a lot more calm into your day.
Okay, our very first tool is called the anchor, and it is so brilliantly simple. It's a mindful breathing exercise that uses soap bubbles. Yeah, you heard that right. It's this really playful but incredibly effective way to slow down your breath and pull your focus right back to the here and now.
And the steps are just as easy as they sound. First, you take that nice, deep, slow breath in. Then you gently blow out to make one single bubble. This actually forces your exhale to be long and steady, which is a great way to calm your nervous system. And then you just watch it. You watch it float, and then pop, it's gone. It's this perfect little reminder that our thoughts are just like that too. They can just float by and disappear. All right, so once we found our anchor with our breath, what's next? How do we start to gather up all those scattered thoughts? Well, the next phase is all about harnessing your focus and moving from that chaotic, scattered state to one single point of calm.
So, before you can get to that still place, you kind of have to round up the chaos first, right? And an amazing way to do this is just with a simple pen and paper. Seriously. By just slowly tracing or copying some words, your mind doesn't really have a choice. It has to concentrate on the physical act of making each letter. It literally pulls all those wandering thoughts into one single, manageable point of focus.
Okay, so you've done some breathing. Maybe you've focused your mind with a little bit of writing. But how can you actually know if it's working? How still is your mind really? Well, believe it or not, there's a surprisingly simple physical test for that. This is such a cool way to see the mind-body connection in action. It's called the needle test. Think about it. If your mind is scattered and your thoughts are racing, your body is probably restless. Your hands might even be a little shaky. And trying to thread a needle, forget about it. But when you find that single point of focus, that inner quiet, your body calms down, and suddenly the thread just slides right through. It's like a perfect physical mirror for what's going on inside your head. Now we're getting to the real secret sauce. This whole practice isn't just about feeling calm. It's about managing your most valuable resource, your energy. And it turns out where you decide to place your mind has a massive impact on how energized or totally drained you feel.
Let me tell you this quick story about a 12-hour road trip. You've got a passenger and a driver. The passenger spends the entire trip living in the future. They're constantly checking the GPS, asking, "Are we there yet?" Just fixated on the destination. The driver, on the other hand, has to focus on right now, the road, the other cars, the journey itself. So when they finally arrive, the passenger is completely exhausted. But the driver, the one who did all the actual work, feels energized. Wild, right?
So here's the key takeaway. When your mind is always out there, worrying about the future, replaying the past, it's like you've got an energy leak. You're just draining your battery on things that aren't even happening. But when you learn to keep your mind inside, right here in the present moment, you conserve that energy. You stay charged up. And this all leads to what is maybe the most empowering idea of all. Look, we can't always control the world around us, that's for sure. But we have this incredible power over the world within us. It's all about learning to choose your inner state. This chart says it all, really. We spend so much time and energy worrying about things we just can't change. The weather, the traffic, what other people are doing or thinking. But look, those are just tiny little slivers of the pie. The vast, vast majority of your experience, that huge 80% chunk, that comes down to your inner response. That's where your real power is. And finally, let's end with this really important reminder.
This whole journey towards inner stillness, it doesn't have to be so serious and stern all the time. This practice can, and it really should be, joyful. It is absolutely okay to be happy. It is entirely okay to smile.
So, we'll leave you with this one question to think about. Knowing that where you put your mind is what determines your energy and your whole experience of life, what will you choose to focus on today?